Buenos dias, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We are here. We are back with Sentimiento Latino number 107. I'm, of course, Light_VIP, Light VIP himself. I'm here alone for now, but hopefully for not too long, eventually I will be joined by El Padrino himself, Darking. But for now, I will be whipping out that solo cast, and we have a couple of pretty interesting updates. Like there's an amazing bracket and a lot of players. There are new teams, there are some returning players. Never mind. Someone didn't pick their main race, so we're restarting. Great start to a tournament. Oh boy. But yes, we are back. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Seal Pup, welcome. Fernantok, of course, Paco Mike is here. Hold on, let's refresh this bracket. The bracket is huge, by the way. Of course, we've got our regulars that you would expect to see. Shakti is here, Jim Rising, Chaos Fate, Tavo, Paquito, Paco Mike himself, and a very interesting addition. A very interesting addition here in Eggs. Eggs has been MIA all year. Not just all year, like even the end of December, he's been gone as challenge is a little bit broken. I'll try and fix that. There we go, beautiful. But yeah, Eggs, he has been missing. He's been playing a lot of League of Legends, he's been streaming other games, some Age of Empires as well. He has been taking the off season very literally, but finally he's back. He's not just back, he's on a new team, and he is in the bracket at the very bottom section of the bracket. Eggs, of course, if you haven't been with us for 2020, Eggs was straight up one of the best Zerg players in the region, still under someone like the likes of Cham, but again, like, he has so much potential. He's been doing so well. Ooh, and hopefully we'll be able to cast him later on today. But we are finally in our first series. The races are correct. We are in a TvZ, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have our Mexican Terran player on a new team. He used to be representing Horus on Mutas T, but now he is representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is WhiteIdra. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Argentinian Zerg player hailing from the land of Argentina. He is Zerg, he is purple, he is damarderer. At it. There's a lot of R's in this name, mate. There's a lot of R's here. Jesus Christ. Damarderer. There we go. I'm just calling him Damar. That's my name for him. All right. I need to make it easy on me. Oh god, but I want to read this copy pasta. I didn't get to read it. Welcome to Sentimiento Latino, the Friday night tournament. I could watch Paco Mike win every week if I wouldn't have to go to bed to work before the finals, but not this week. Feels bad, man. Hopefully, I mean, you said it yourself, you're able to watch the entire thing. Paco Mike, I say this every single week nowadays. He is a favorite to win the tournament, the entire tournament, as long as he doesn't meme it up with Tempests. I need to remind everyone, Fernantok, you don't forget, do you? Last week, Paco Mike went up against Jim Rising, and 2 games in a row he went for Tempest. He went for fast Tempest. I'm like, mate, what are you doing? And he just died. It was a very interesting build that he had, where he would get 5 to 6 Tempests, go across the map, he would one-shot Queens, and his goal is to kill a hatchery. Oh my, as the SCV does die. His goal is to kill a hatchery, but because he goes for the hatchery kill, then a bunch of Corruptors come out, he loses all his Tempests, he loses a Nexus. Like, it just was never working out for him. It would keep getting scouted. Hopefully we will get into a Paco Mike series later on. Honestly, the bracket is looking like maybe a Paco Mike versus Eggs semi-finals or something along those lines, so we may see that. But before we get there, we are in this TvZ, and we have some pretty interesting openers. One, we had a bunker in the natural with no Reaper. Oh my god. And already, okay, so a couple of things happened. So WhiteIdra, he skipped his Reaper and he went straight for Marines. He killed not just one Overlord, he just killed 2 Overlords if we look at the units lost. I thought he was a madman because he went for the bunker, and usually you go for this bunker, you get a Reaper, and then your Reaper rushes in, and then you're able to deny mining for a very long time. But he like psyched his opponent out, went for the bunker, made his opponent think he was going for a Reaper, but he was actually going for Marines, and like there was some mind games upon mind games. Overlords were killed, mining time was lost, the bunker was salvaged, and WhiteIdra is looking pretty good right now. How are you rolling R's? I do not roll R's. It doesn't work. Meanwhile, yo, this Marine, it's not long for this world, mate. I don't know what the hell this Marine is doing all the way here to the north side of the map. Oh, almost gets a ling, but he does get taken out. Speed is kicking in. These Marines, they are in pretty good positions for scouting. The one up here, not so much. As we can see, there are some interesting things coming up here for Damar. Damar, he is going for a very fast lair, going for pneumatized carapace as well. What could this be for? I'm not too sure because there's no tech. It's just lings and banes. Maybe he wants to go for some bane drops, since of course there's a baning nest that he's working on pneumatized carapace, and of course you need lair to morph in drop lord, so it's possible. Meanwhile, as we see things slowly unravel here, WhiteIdra is for now going for, oh no, it is a 2-1-1. I was about to say 1-1-1, but no, of course he does have 2 Raxes. Here comes a 3rd Rax. He's working on his stim. He's going for a bio push, which to me is a little bit surprising. WhiteIdra is more of a mech player, but oh my god, here come the banelings. So this is really odd, right? There's no Overlords for Dropper Lords. I'm not too sure what the purpose of the lair is. Maybe he just wants to apply some pressure. He has to be so careful though, because this Widowmine did recharge. Oh no, okay, he baits it out. Oh, he doesn't bait it out. Oh god, he commits! The Banelings, they crash into the Widowmine, they take out the Widowmine, and they are not enough to take out the bunker. Ay. Honestly, these 2 lings may have been the difference there. It's unfortunate that the banelings were forced to detonate on the Widowmine. Nice micro there by WhiteIdra. He was able to unburrow that Widowmine and make sure the shot didn't go off needlessly. So far so good for WhiteIdra. He's going across the map with this drop, and this is scary because Damar, he spent a lot of supply across the map. He's not really in position to defend. The lings are coming back now, but the drop is in the main. Oh boy, here we go. The drop isn't going to do much. I mean, there are no banelings here, so he can trade pretty efficiently, but he does get forced back by the lings. What's scary is that this is a lot of supply. This is a lot of lava spent in lings. Damar doesn't have a lot of drones. He's not even fully saturated on 2 bases, barely in the main as well when it comes to his gases. He doesn't have any drones here at the 3rd base. Like, he's spending a lot of resources on this army, not so much on his economy. I mean, at least the drop doesn't deal too much damage. That's definitely a plus. We of course do have Baneling speed on the way. Very interesting decision to get a Roach Warren. We don't see any roaches in production, and we shouldn't. Maybe this is just a precaution sort of thing, just in case there was some kind of weird Hellbat push. But we'll see. Regardless, there is a push coming across the map. WhiteIdra is just going towards the north side. Meanwhile, Damar has a pretty big Ling Bane bust ready here, and yo, there's no defensive Widowmine. Damar can deal a lot of damage here. The problem is that even if he does deal a lot of damage, will he survive the counterattack? There's nothing here. There's no banelings. There's a bunch of queens and a handful of lings. Like, this marine push is going to deal a devastating amount of damage. Speaking of devastating, the banelings, they connect in the mineral line. They take everything out. The lings, they can wreak havoc. But again, what stops the man with gun? Man with gun is pretty good. It's OP. Like, Marines, they just need to stim and win. They take out the 3rd base. They take out all the lings. They take out the queens. They take out the drones, and they can just keep pushing forward. This is key. We got a couple of banelings being morphed on the high ground. How good are the connections going to be? Oh, split, puppy, split! He's not splitting. He's kind of splitting. He's semi-splitting, and is it good enough, mate? It's pretty good. Oh god, the Marines, they push on forward. Honestly, Damar needed to push with his queens and the boys along with the Ling Bane, because it's staggered. There is enough time. All the queens go down, the drones go down. Damar cannot hold on, and it looks like WhiteIdra should take game number 1 here. A couple of roaches are kind of, you know, streaming in here, but the roach warren gets taken out. These are the only roaches remaining. Even if Damar does push this away, which he does, he's down to 19 workers, mate. He's down to 1 base economy. Not even 1 base, because there's only 12 workers here mining those minerals. And oh my god, we'll see if he can do anything here. He's trying to push out across the map, and he is able to do some damage here. If we look at WhiteIdra, oh my god. Get to work, people. Jesus Christ. It looked like he was mining minerals for a while. I mean, sorry, making SCVs for a while to replenish them. So his SCV count is pretty good, but they weren't mining. So honestly, the economy isn't too bad for Damar. I thought he was going to be in a much worse position. What's important is Damar is joining up heavily. I'm so surprised. Damar is not going for the all-in. He is trying to macro up here, and he needs banelings. Oh my god, with no banelings, the buyer comes in. No, if he had a couple of banelings, maybe he could have held on a little bit longer, but he droned up, and because he droned up, GG gets gold. Aye. And WhiteIdra takes the first game of the series. Whoa, that's a huge bracket you have there, Light. It's pretty big. It's also very white. Challenge is just bugging out a little bit here. I gotta constantly refresh. There we go. It's looking a little bit. Nope, just keeps going white. So I apologize if challenge doesn't look that great to look at the moment. You know, sometimes it bugs out like this. Hopefully over time it will iron out, and it will get a little bit better. As we get set up for game number 2. But yes, Fernantok, I saw Eggs join a team. He did. He joined Team CSO. That is, of course, a South African team, fun fact. So yeah, very interesting that he decides to join that team. He is the only pro player on that team, but the but the team has been around for quite some time. I say quite some time, maybe a year they've been active, maybe just over a year. Mainly as an amateur team. But yeah, it is really cool to see them back. So quickly message some people. I'm just confirming with Ducklings that he's free for the semis. Hopefully he is. Oh boy. But yeah, quite a game number 1 there. Obviously, WhiteIdra is, for the most part, a favorite player, but Damar, he was able to deal some pretty solid damage in game number 1. But we'll see how things turn out here in game number 2, as spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE. He is the pink Terran player representing his new team, Unidos por el Vicio. He is, of course, just like the challenge page, WhiteIdra. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Argentinian Zerg player. He is purple. He is damarderer. What do you want from me? Oh boy. I cannot roll my R's, unfortunately. It's one of those things where, because growing up I didn't formally learn Spanish, I guess I didn't formally learn how to roll my R's, and now it's too late. Maybe one day I'll get it. Maybe one day. I've spoken to Kuro about this before. Sometimes, like, sporadically I can do it, but like I'm not consistent with it. Not consistent at all. But WhiteIdra, once again, going for something very interesting here, going for a low ground wall. He should be opening up with 2 racks, I imagine, just to get the wall off, like 2 racks is in a depot. But we'll see what the plan is here. Oh my god, a bunker. Okay. Okay. I see you, so he's not going to be fully walling off for now anyway. Once again, he is skipping his Reaper, so he is giving up a lot of scouting information. If you are a Zerg player, take note. You know, if you ever go up against WhiteIdra, like, you can go for something cheeky, and he will suffer as a result just because he's not going for any scout. He didn't go for an SCV scout, didn't go for a Reaper scout. This Overlord looks like it will get up here, but this Rax is going to lift. Lift, puppy, lift. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Overlord does go down. It does actually supply block Damar, and yo, this is a pretty heavy supply block. He cannot make his queens. He cannot make. He hasn't noticed. Oh my god, 3 Overlords are being made. Ay, ay, ay. This is the pain of losing your first Overlord like that. Like, it's so annoying as a Zerg player. I feel him. I completely understand. Oh god. Hopefully he doesn't lose this one here. It is pretty exposed, and these Marines, if they wanted to, they could go across. The thing is that WhiteIdra doesn't know how bad the supply block was. For all he knows, there are lasers coming across the map. He needs to have these Marines here to defend his natural base. Oh, and with good reason, because Damar is going for a very fast Baneling nest. Because of how fast this should be a Baneling bust. Solid should there, though, because again, like, Damar, he could be doing anything. But because of how early this is, like, this should be aggression, especially because, like, there's no third base either. Like, there should have been a solid minute ago now by Damar, but he has just neglected that completely. So oh my god, another fast lair. What is with this guy? A part of me wants. Okay, so there's no pneumatized carapace, there's no Overlord speed. There's just a Baneling nest. This could just be for fast Baneling speed again, I'm assuming. Like, it is what he did in game number 1, so I have to assume that that's the case. He's getting 4 more Overlords. Oh, these supply blocks are hurting him so much. Oh god, feels bad, man. But we'll see, because much like the first game, we've got plenty of bio out here for WhiteIdra. We even have a Widowmine. Because of this Widowmine, like, going for a Bane bust is so risky. If we go, the first thing comes in, does trigger the Widowmine. What's important, Damar confirms that there is a Widowmine there, and he's going for the same structures, which is interesting. Interesting is the word that I would use here. He's on 2 bases. He's getting a Roach Warren. Last game, he got the Roach Warren just for safety. It does feel like this is the preferred way that Damar likes to play, where he's getting, you know, Overlord speed, he's getting a fast lair, he's getting a Roach Warren. The thing is that, like, because he's spending so much money on tech, his economy is hurting so much more. He can be a little bit more efficient. Like, instead, cut out the Roach Warren, go for a faster Baneling speed instead. Like, there's a lot of different things that you could be going for here, just spending your money a little bit more efficiently. But he's kind of like taking in every single direction right now. It does mean that if he wanted to hit a timing, like, it's going to be a lot later than he would like. Regardless, we'll see what he plans here. Does he plan to take a third? Like, he's still on 2 bases. He's making roaches. Okay, I guess a Roachling Bane all in? Question mark? It could work. It could work, especially if WhiteIdra is a little bit too ambitious, a little bit too greedy. It can definitely work. But WhiteIdra, like, he's just throwing down more production. He's working on his upgrades. He's working on his armory, so he can have that not detection, anti-detection, that invisibility for his Widowmines, and also turn his Hellions into Hellbats. I guess what I mean to say is that he isn't getting a third base. You know, he's not focusing on his economy. So right now he's actually in a pretty good position, just because we have 2 base versus 2 base. Would you see the drop is head towards the main base of Damar, and oh boy, there's plenty of Lings. He can defend this. They're just not in position, and he has not responded. WhiteIdra, he's coming in with his marines. He's looking to kill the queen immediately, and the queen does go down. How many drones can he get before the Lynx get here to defend? Five drones go down in the end. Oh god, that's a lot of damage. The Lynx finally come in, but you know what? Only 3 marines die as they do all get picked up, and now here comes the main push through the center of the map. Oh my, we have a Hydra Den on the way? Ay, the mod, please. Hydra Den and a 3rd base. Feels bad, man. Like, these are all things that are not going to come into play. Here comes the massive push. There are only 2 roaches to defend. 1 roach immediately goes down. The 2nd roach manages to escape. We do have 9 more roaches on the way, and like, they will definitely help to defend 100%. We'll see if it's enough. Oh my god, that was a kill, not a cancel on the 3rd. We even have a couple of changelings being thrown in there. Ooh, the Hellions are, the Hellbats, sorry, are actually naked, so they're all going to be going down. Meanwhile, the drop does go straight into the main base. WhiteIdra, he wants those drone kills, and he will get some. But there are enough roaches to push it, or there should be enough roaches to push this away. At the same time, more Hellbats get into the natural base. The queen actually falls. Oh my god. I was not expecting that, and here come the reinforcements. It looks like there should be too much here for WhiteIdra. I mean, to be fair, there are a decent amount of roaches. I mean, these roaches look like they are enough to defend against like 1/2 of the army. The drop is still in the main though. Oh god, so much damage has been dealt. 16 drones have gone down. And the problem is that Damar, he's struggling to defend in 2 places at once. I think he can focus. Oh my god, he even lost the spawning pool. Oh god. The spawning pool goes down. Up. Wow, there's no splits whatsoever. The Banelings get juicy connections, but this is terrifying. There is no anti-air. There are spores that can be repositioned, but there are no queens left. There are Hydras coming up, but Hydras have to be so careful if they want to deal with these liberators. Oh, but there's nothing. This is nothing to do with the libs. Ay. And the Hydra doesn't pop out. Oh, it pops out. Just barely in time. But GG gets called. Also, I just realized I didn't update the score on the screen. Like, a lot was going on, okay? But GG, well played. WhiteIdra does 2-0 Damar. And advance on in this blinding white brackets. Can I make this smaller? I can't. God, that does not look good. Can I refresh this and hope that it works? Also, hello for sure. Hello, welcome to the stream. Guy in the chat, Iron Ring, the guy. Oh god, it's still blinding white. Shaking my head. Can I mess with the filters here? Bottom 200. No, bottom 220. What about 250? Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Almost the entire thing there. But yes, GG, well played. WhiteIdra will move on to face the Peruvian Terran, Davo.